Welcome to Niseko Powder Secrets. Did you know that Niseko is made up of 4 resorts nestled in the foothills of Mt. Niseko Annupuri? Hanazono, Hirafu, Niseko Village, and Annupuri are all connected at the top, and you can explore them all with the Niseko United Lift Pass. Shuttle buses also connect the resorts. Each resort has its unique features, and choosing the right one for your trip could be the most important decision you make. Picking the right Niseko resort for you, your group, or your family is the key to unlocking the trip of a lifetime. In this video, I'll guide you through a quick yet comprehensive resort-by-resort comparison, listing the pros and cons of each one. There's also a section where I'll show you the precise locations of the ski-in ski-out hotels in Hirafu. After watching this video, you'll have the knowledge to choose your Niseko resort with confidence, ensuring your vacation goes from memorable to unforgettable. So, keep watching, and let's figure out what your ultimate Niseko powder experience might look like. Let's go. Let's start with a quick introduction of the 4 resorts. Hirafu is the biggest resort in Niseko. Here you'll find Niseko's best restaurants, shops, and a vibrant nightlife, which includes the best night skiing in the world. Hirafu is the heart of Niseko. When taking the bus from the airport, Hirafu is the first stop before continuing on to the other resorts. Going back to the airport, it's the last stop. Adjacent to Hirafu is Hanazono, a small resort facing northeast. Even though Hanazono and Hirafu are separate resorts run by different operators, they are integrated and work as one. A Grand Hirafu lift pass will let you ski in both resorts, which are well connected. Hanazono is where the Park Hyatt is based. It's the best resort for beginners and families with young children, as there are many non-ski activities on offer. Hanazono is also where you'll find Strawberry Fields, one of the most famous and popular powder runs in Niseko. A 15-minute car ride away from Hirafu, facing southeast, is Niseko Village. Here, you'll find a cluster of high-end hotels like the Hilton, Ritz-Carlton, and the new giant development, La Plume, which is set to open later in 2024. What makes Niseko Village stand out is the exceptional powder experience you can have in the early season. It's also a beginner-friendly resort offering many non-ski activities as well. Farthest away from Hirafu is the southwest-facing Annupuri. Accommodations here are mostly lodges and chalets, which also makes Annupuri more quiet than Hirafu. Its slopes are gentle and great for beginners and families who want to enjoy powder for the first time. For serious powder hounds, Annupuri's biggest draw is riding in the Osawa Bowl, a vast side country area that you access through various gates. Let's start with Hirafu, the biggest resort in Niseko. Unlike the other 3 resorts, Hirafu boasts 2 main lifts, 2 mid-mountain lifts, and 2 top lifts. The main lifts are Center 4 and the Hirafu Gondola. Starting from the 2024-25 season, Center 4 will be replaced by a 10-seater gondola, although its name hasn't been announced yet. For now, we'll keep calling it Center 4. The mid-mountain lifts are Ace 3 and King 3, while the top lifts are Ace 4 and King 4, also known as the Pizza Box lift. There's also a smaller lift called Swinging Monkey. At the base, you'll find the Family Quad and King 1, both ideal for beginners. On the lower mountain, you'll find some of Niseko's best powder runs, including Super Ridge, Super, Furiko, and Onsenzawa, Konayuki, and the expansive Miharashi. These runs are accessible for night riding, offering a unique experience of riding deep powder in the evening, something you can't find anywhere else in Japan. Moving up to the mid and top mountain, the powder areas under King 3 and Ace 3 are popular among beginners and intermediate riders, especially young children. There's a vast powder area under Ace 4 and King 4 called Large. Most people riding Ace 4 and King 4 in the morning head straight to G3 and G4, leaving this area less crowded, so take advantage of it. There are 2 mid-mountain restaurants, Ace Hill and King Bell, which are popular spots for lunch and breaks, especially on cold days. G3, or the Peak Gate, sits atop King 4. You can also hike to it from the top of Ace 4. Riding down from the peak is a major reason many people make the journey to Niseko. G3 is your gateway to Niseko's powder heaven. For more details on the best peak runs, check out my other video after watching this. Hirafu is the only resort with direct connections to the other 3 resorts. From the top of Ace 3 and King 3, you can reach Niseko Village. From the top of King 3 and Swinging Monkey, you can get to Hanazono. And from the top of Ace 4 and King 4, you can traverse over to Annupuri. While Hirafu offers a real village atmosphere with numerous shops, restaurants, and vibrant nightlife, one of its biggest drawbacks is the lack of enough restaurants to accommodate all guests. It's almost impossible to walk into a restaurant and get seated without a reservation, especially during peak season. For the most popular restaurants, you need to book several months in advance. This shortage has led to an explosion of food trucks along the main streets of Hirafu. Another downside is the limited onsen options. If you're not staying at a place with an onsen, the only public bath is at the Hirafute Hotel, which is always crowded. Hirafu offers a wide range of accommodations, from hostels to villas with private butlers. Even if you're not staying slopeside, the transportation infrastructure is well developed. In addition to the public shuttle buses taking people to the main lifts, many accommodation providers run their own shuttle services. For many, the nearest lift is only a few minutes walk away. However, when it comes to ski-in, ski-out hotels, knowing their precise locations is crucial. Let's dive into that now. This is Upper Hirafu. At the top you have Center 4 and the gondola, the main lifts taking you up the mountain. To the left is the family quad, running along the family course. Most ski-in, ski-out hotels are located on this slope. At the bottom you have Aya, Vale, and Alpen Ridge. As you go up the slope, you find Niseko Kyo, Hirafute, the Maples, and Sansui. Further up, above the Hirafu Welcome Center, is Sky. Below Sky, next to the Welcome Center parking lot, is Mua. Finally, Key is at the gondola base. Key points: Aya, Vale, Alpen Ridge. You'll have to walk uphill a bit to reach the family quad. Niseko Kyo, Hirafute, the Maples, Sansui. You can ski down to the bottom of the family quad, but you'll need to take the lift up and then ski down to join the line at Center 4. By the time you arrive, there will already be a long line. Key, a short walk to the gondola. Mua, ski out to the gondola, but you'll need to walk across the Welcome Center parking lot to reach Center 4. Sky, the only hotel with direct access to both Center 4 and the gondola. Until the new Tokyu and Hoshinoya resorts open, Sky is the only hotel with direct ski out to Center 4. These details might not matter to everyone, but every minute counts in the morning. If riding deep powder first thing is your priority and you want to stay in a ski-in, ski-out hotel, this information is super important. Let's now have a look at Hanazono. The main lifts here are Hana 1, Hana 2, and Hana 3. The key powder runs include Strawberry Fields, Blueberry Fields, and the area under the Hana 3 lift. Strawberry Fields is a large bowl offering incredible tree riding, funneling to one exit at the bottom. Blueberry Fields features tighter trees, but has spots where they space out, allowing for faster runs, making it popular among intermediate riders. The third major powder area is the tree run under Hana 3. At the Hanazono base in front of Hana 1, you'll find the Edge restaurant, the biggest in Niseko, which is extremely popular during lunch hours. Skiers and boarders from Hirafu often end up here as well. Next to Edge is the famous Hana 1 Cafe, known for excellent coffee, sandwiches, and even shots. It plays great music and offers the only relaxing, chill vibe in Niseko. For the serious powder rider, Hanazono's location is very convenient. If you hike to the peak and ride down East Face or North Face, or go out G4 or G5 from above Hana 3, you'll end up back in Hanazono. Whether you hike back on the cat track or take the Jackson Traverse, why not celebrate an epic peak run at Edge or Hana 1 Cafe? Or just have a beer before heading back up. The main hotel in Hanazono is the Park Hyatt, offering super luxury accommodations. Hanazono and the Park Hyatt are perfect for beginners and families with young children. The Symphony Gondola serves beginner slopes and has a mid-station where you can get off before it gets steeper. The runs are straight, wide, and long, ideal for beginners. Hanazono also offers a variety of non-skiing activities for both adults and children. However, there are some drawbacks. The Hana 1 lift, despite being a covered and heated six-seater, often has operational issues, causing delays, suspended service, and early closings. This is problematic because you need to reach the top of Hana 1 to access any terrain above beginner level. Imagine a deep powder morning only to find out Hana 1 is delayed. You're stuck. If you're visiting from other resorts, you'll have to catch the shuttle bus to get home. Also, only the Symphony Gondola is open for night riding, limiting options for advanced skiers and boarders. Lastly, while the Park Hyatt has several restaurants with an amazing wine list, there is no shop to buy snacks. In Japan, the lack of a nearby convenience store can be very inconvenient. The nearest one is in Kuchan Town or Hirafu, so make sure to stock up on your way to the hotel. Let's turn to Niseko Village. The main lifts here are the gondola, starting outside the Hilton Hotel, the Morino chair, starting outside the Green Leaf Hotel, and the top lift, the Wonderland chair. Other lifts like the Country Road and Banzai chair are primarily for beginners or transporting skiers and boarders from the hotels to the bottom of the gondola. The gondola is the only option to get higher up the mountain and to access Hirafu or Annupuri. The main powder areas in Niseko Village include Superstition, Misoshiru, Yard Sale, and Snorkel. Snorkel, next to the top lift Wonderland chair, lives up to its name on a deep powder day. The biggest attraction for serious powder lovers is Mizuno no Sawa, a big and steep bowl accessed through G11. You can also enjoy the wide open field under the gondola before descending a ridge to the bottom of the bowl. The powder runs in Niseko Village are fantastic in the early season, especially in late December and January when the snowfall is heavy. However, once the sun comes out, the snow can get baked. The peak gates usually open in the first week of January, but G11 often opens earlier and is a great option if the top lifts aren't operating. Like Hanazono, Niseko Village is ideal for families and beginners. A center arranges a wide range of non-skiing activities, and several high-end hotels form the core of Niseko Village. Besides the hotel dining options, there's Niseko Yo, a shopping and dining center with many restaurants. Niseko Village also has bars and clubs for those seeking nightlife. However, there's no nearby convenience shop. The closest is a 10-minute drive near the town of Niseko. The Hilton does have a shop for snacks and drinks, though. If you're a powder hound wanting to be on the first lift, you may need to spend extra time getting to the gondola unless you're staying at the Hilton. Now let's take a look at Annupuri. The main lift here is the gondola. 3 chairlifts, Jumbo 1, 2, and 3, take you up to almost the same place as the gondola. The top lift is the Jumbo 4 double chair. The Champion, which runs under Jumbo 4, is the only steep trail in Annupuri. The rest of the resort offers wide and gentle slopes, making it perfect for beginners experiencing powder for the first time. For true powder lovers, the main draw of Annupuri is the Osawa Bowl, or traversing over to ride the lower part of the back bowl. These areas are accessed via G2 and G1. However, if the top lift Jumbo 4 is closed, you won't be able to access these spots. The consolation prize is going out G8, located near the top of the gondola, though the terrain you can cover from here is limited. Another option is G7, just below the bottom of Jumbo 3. This tree riding area, known as Walk in the Park, is mellow and a good place to start learning tree riding. Make sure to go skiers right before it flattens out, as indicated by the blue arrow, and head down to the gully to return to the bottom of the gondola. If not, you'll end up stuck in a flat open field. Not so fun. If you go down the back bowl from the peak, you can ride all the way down to Annupuri without any hiking. For more details on this run, check out my other video after watching this. Annupuri has one ski-in, ski-out hotel, the Northern Resort. Most accommodations here are cozy lodges and big chalets. The resort is quite remote, with no nearby convenience store. Like Niseko Village, the nearest convenience store is about a 10-minute drive away. If you're staying in chalets, plan your grocery shopping ahead, as Kuchan Town is about 40 minutes away, and there aren't any good grocery shopping options in the town of Niseko. One upside is that there are many public onsens nearby if you have a car. Another great thing about Annupuri is its proximity to the small resort of Moiwa. Moiwa is not part of Niseko United, so your Niseko Pass won't work there. However, you can ski down to Moiwa from Annupuri, as shown by the blue line. Just ensure G6 is open, or you'll have to hike back to Annupuri. Returning via G6 involves entering the backcountry, which is not suitable for beginners and children. Now let's have a look at Niseko from above. Here's Hanazono, Hirafu, Niseko Village, and here's Annupuri. If you're a serious powder lover and the riding experience is the top priority, you should stay in Hirafu, regardless of your wallet size. Let me explain why. The first reason is that G3, the peak gate, is at the top of Hirafu. Next, Hirafu has the best connections to the other resorts. 2 ways to go to Hanazono, 2 ways to go to Niseko Village, and 2 ways to go to Annupuri. You can get to G2 and G1 almost as quickly as those starting in Annupuri. Same with G11 or Superstition in Niseko Village and the Powder Tree Zone under Hana 3 in Hanazono. You won't be able to beat the Hanazono starters to Strawberry Fields, though. Bottom line, when the conditions are good, starting in Hirafu gives you no disadvantage for accessing the best powder areas in the other resorts. There are a lot of days when the top lifts are closed due to strong winds. If you're in Annupuri, when the top lifts are closed, you're stuck. Only G8 and G7 might open. From Hirafu, however, as long as the mid-mountain lifts are open, you can still access Niseko Village from Ace 3 or King 3. And you can still access Hanazono from King 3 and Swinging Monkey. There are also days when Niseko gets hit by blizzards so strong that most lifts start the day on wind hold or stay closed the entire day. Those days are rare, but frequent enough and could happen any time during the season. The typical scenario on such days is the following. Over at Hanazono, Hana 1, 2, and 3 are on wind hold and never open. The Symphony Gondola opens later. Hanazono's location makes it exposed to strong winds. Furthermore, the Hana 1, even though it only goes to an altitude of 650 meters, is a 6-seater with a bubble making it even more sensitive to strong winds. If the Hana 1 isn't running, you're stuck with the Symphony Gondola, which is great for beginners, but not for the rest. At Niseko Village, the gondola is on hold and stays closed the whole day. The Morino chair opens after a delay. The accessible terrain isn't big, but at least it's a consolation because the powder is probably very good. At Annupuri, not only the gondola, but all lifts except for the Dream Quad are on hold and stay closed the entire day. Just like Hanazono, the lift system in Annupuri is very weak. If the Dream Quad is the only lift open, the resort is effectively closed. Meanwhile, in Hirafu, as if by some miracle, both the gondola and Center 4 open on time or after some delay. There are variations to this scenario, but in most of them, Center 4 and the gondola do open. I've experienced this many times. And here's the important point. Some of Niseko's best powder runs are in Hirafu, on the lower mountain, accessible from the top of Center 4 and the gondola. Super Course, Super Ridge, Furiko, Konayuki, and Miharashi. As long as Center 4 and the gondola are open, you can have the ultimate Niseko powder experience. When the conditions are really bad, you can usually count on Hirafu. It's simply the strongest resort. On days like this, the lift lines will get long, and even longer once the people from the other resorts start arriving. So get out early. Also, if you know your way around Hirafu, you can always find good powder. To learn more about Hirafu and its powder secrets, check out this video after you finish watching this one. Here's a list of the pros of Hirafu we just went over. Hirafu has the fastest access to G3, the Peak Gate, and G4. On a standalone basis, Hirafu has the best and most number of powder runs, both off-piste and ungroomed runs. It has direct connections to the other resorts. so you don't have any disadvantage should you want to ride the best runs in Niseko Village or Annupuri. The only exception is Strawberry Fields in Hanazono. Under the worst of conditions, when most lifts in Niseko are closed, as long as Center 4 and Gondola are running, you can still access some of the best powder runs in Niseko, and those same runs are open for night riding as well. Hirafu's biggest negative is that there aren't enough restaurants. The second one is that there's only one public onsen bath option in town, the Hirafu Hotel. It's always crowded there. But if you're the kind of person who always heads to the peak gate when it's open, the other gates when it's not, seeks out the best off-piste terrain, and gets in line early on powder mornings to be one of the first to shred the untouched runs, then Hirafu is your ultimate destination. Even if you're not that hardcore, if your top priority is the on-mountain experience, Hirafu is the place for you. You don't really choose to stay in Hanazono. You choose to stay at the Park Hyatt, which happens to be in Hanazono. It's perfect for families with young children, beginners, and anyone who wants everything in one place. The hotel offers several restaurants, so you don't have to scramble for dining options like in Hirafu. The Edge Restaurant and Hana One Cafe are conveniently located right in front of the lifts. Plus, there are numerous non-ski activities to enjoy. However, there are three main drawbacks. First, the Hana One lift is unreliable, with frequent operational issues. Second, night riding is limited to the beginner slope, offering little for advanced skiers and boarders. Third, there's no convenience store nearby, which can be inconvenient for guests. In summary, Hanazono is ideal for those seeking a luxurious and family-friendly experience with the convenience of on-site dining and activities. But be prepared for potential lift issues and limited night riding options. Niseko Village offers phenomenal early season powder riding. Like Hanazono, it's an excellent choice for families, beginners, and those looking for non-skiing activities. Each hotel comes with its own bars and restaurants, and there's Niseko Yo, a dining and shopping center with more eating options, so you won't have to stress about dinner plans every night. However, there's one significant drawback: the gondola's weakness in strong winds. In summary, Niseko Village is perfect for families and beginners seeking a well-rounded vacation with plenty of dining options and activities, but be mindful of potential gondola issues during windy conditions. Annupuri is a great resort for families and beginners to enjoy powder on mellow and gentle slopes. For those seeking more action, the Big Osawa Bowl can be accessed from G2. Annupuri is also close to the Moiwa Resort, offering additional skiing options. The area boasts many public onsen baths nearby, perfect for relaxation after a day on the slopes. Accommodations here are mostly cozy lodges and big chalets, providing a comfortable and quaint stay. However, the gondola is sensitive to strong winds, similar to Niseko Village. Additionally, if the top lift is closed, not only is access to G2 and G1 cut off, you won't be able to go to other resorts either. While Annupuri is quieter and farther from the hustle and bustle of Hirafu, it's even more distant from Kuchan Town, and there is no convenience store nearby. In summary, Annupuri is ideal for families and beginners seeking a peaceful and cozy retreat with gentle slopes and nearby onsens, but be aware of potential gondola issues and limited accessibility during lift closures. Choosing the right resort for your stay is key to unlocking the ultimate Niseko experience. By now, you should have a clear idea of which resort fits your needs best. Whether you're staying in Hirafu for its prime location and nightlife, or opting for the serene slopes of Annupuri, you're set for an unforgettable trip. Remember, every minute counts when it comes to hitting the slopes. If you're staying in a ski-in, ski-out hotel, knowing the precise location and how it affects your morning routine can make all the difference. Thanks for joining me in exploring Niseko's powder secrets. If you found this guide helpful, please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos for more tips and in-depth guides. Have an amazing time in Niseko, and may your powder days be epic.